Meet Fola. Fola has exams tomorrow and she hasn't read a thing. Now she has only one night to read everything she was taught for 3 months. Sleep has just become her enemy, and she's prepared to fight it in every way possible. She walks around trying to stay awake, but it's not working. But she can't give up. Her precious grades are at stake. Now she puts her legs in a bucket of water just to stay awake because this night it's either sleep or her grades. The question is, which one wins? Oh no. So if you've been struggling to stay awake when you wake up to read during the night, whether you have exams or you just want to make night time your study, your regular study time, these tips are going to help you to stay awake while studying at night. Tips 4, 5, and 6 are my favorite, so you can just keep to that part, but I'll be starting with the little things. Now, the first thing to do is to obviously set an alarm to wake you up. If you're not used to waking up before and you just want to start, or just set an alarm. When you set an alarm, you know precisely what time you want to wake up, and your alarm wakes you at that time. Yeah. After waking up, lay your bed. Now, this sounds like, why should I lay my bed? This one is kind of psychological. And now that I'm saying this, I'm thinking about it in two ways. There are people that a well laid bed actually attracts them, like, oh, this bed is looking so nice and tempting, let me go and lay down. Right? But for me, what usually happens when I lay my bed after getting up is like telling myself, that's all for the day, you're done sleeping, get up now and do not go back to that bed. That is how it works for me. But if you're somebody that it gets too attractive for you, please leave it rough. Or just try not to read in the same space your bed is so that it doesn't keep calling you to come back to sleep. Anyways, yeah, then you can wash your face. It will actually wake you up more if you wash your face. Turn on the lights. See, this one is very, very important. If you're reading in a dark environment, it's easy for you to fall asleep. I don't know, you might have noticed it, that it is easier to fall asleep when you're reading in a dark environment than when you're reading in a well-lit environment. So let the lights be lighting. It stimulates. Yes, that's exactly the word. It is stimulating. It is a lot more stimulating to read in a well-lit environment than in a dark environment. Stand and walk around as often as possible. Don't wait till you're feeling sleepy before you start to walk around. By the time you're already starting to feel sleepy, it becomes difficult for you to control it. But once you keep your body active, yeah, it is less easy to feel like you want to go back to sleep. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, so one thing I like to do is set alarms. Like, I can say, okay, I'm reading for the next 20 minutes or for the next 30 minutes, depending on how awake I'm feeling at that time. If I'm feeling very awake, I can, do maybe 30 minutes or more before I stand up. But if I'm not feeling so awake, I set an alarm for like 20 minutes so that when it's 20 minutes, I get up, walk around, and then come back. Another thing I do sometimes is to stay hydrated, take water, right? If you're taking water as you study, you're not so active. So you tend to want to pee more. And when you get up to go and pee, that's like still trying to keep your body awake. So walk around before you feel sleepy. Don't read passively. It is easy to fall asleep when all you're doing is just staring at your book. No. That is not active reading, that's passive reading, right? Make sure you're jotting, make sure you're actively involved. Involve your senses as much as possible. Write, jot as you're reading. Make sure you're, even if it is something that you feel like is simple that you're reading, still make sure you're jotting because that keeps you awake. Yeah, quiz yourself. See, once you're reading, ask yourself questions. to keep yourself awake. If you've checked my study methods, you know that answering questions is a big part. As you read, turn the subheadings or the subsection topics. Okay, does that make sense? Anyways, turn your subheadings into questions and try to answer those questions as you're going. And just try to make it interesting, because if it is interesting enough, you will stay awake to do it, especially because you've rested before, right? It's not like you're sleep deprived that much, I think, I guess, I hope. Anyways, yeah, so don't just be passively reading, that doesn't work. So another thing is, don't lie down and be reading. No, you're in sleeping position. You're literally telling your body it is time to relax. Be in a sitting position when you study, especially during the night, so that your body knows you mean business and then you can get serious. So your posture counts. Sit instead of sleeping. That is better. That is way better to keep you awake, right? Another thing is to avoid extreme conditions, right? You want to study and then you go for night class. The cold is too much. The cold will not help you to study. It is going to be harmful to your health. The cold feeling will be too distracting for you to focus. So avoid extreme conditions when you want to study at night. Yeah, some people put their legs inside the pocket. If you're going to sleep off, you are going to sleep off. That is just it. If you're going to sleep, you're going to sleep. In fact, it even makes you want to sleep more, because it's like you're giving your body too many things to handle. Your body is trying to handle studying for you. You are also still putting your body in an uncomfortable position. Make your body comfortable. It is not on the bed anyways, right? Just make sure that you're in a sitting position. Make sure that the conditions are not extreme. It's not too cold, it's not too hot, something like that, and then do your thing. Another thing that you can do is to have somebody that you guys study together, not exactly in the same space, yeah, but then just somebody that maybe when you wake up during the night, you guys agree to wake up at the same time, even if you're in different locations, yeah. And maybe the person can text you, "Oh girl, I'm awake now, and we're starting to read now," something like that. So the person checks up on you from time to time, though this may also get distracting for you. If you know that you cannot resist your social media, please do not use chat. Maybe you can use calls. The person can call you from time to time, or you can call the person from time to time. If you know that you find social media distracting, please don't go and have your partner message you on WhatsApp when you're supposed to be reading at night. No, because you're going to get carried away and start scrolling, right? Instead, just have the person call you, or you call the person, just from time to time, to check up on each other and be sure that you guys are awake. That is motivating, because you know that, okay, I'm not the only one awake at this moment. We're studying together, yeah. So you're feeling like this person is awake and covering stuff, and I am asleep. I'm not serious with my life, something like that. So it is encouraging to have somebody that you guys are checking in on each other and making sure that you guys are studying. So yeah, those are the tips I have for you if you like to study at night. You guys know that in this business, we're in it together, yeah. I'm going to always be coming to share helpful tips with you, tips that have particularly helped me. So subscribe now. Please subscribe. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.